You are watching Eswatini TV, Sibuko Semaswati.
Welcome to another episode of Libhola Eswatini, a show where we talk about football issues. And of course, khona lokwendeka kwetindaba entelibhola lapha ekhaya sesithinzeke nakulamanye amave, but basically it's a show about local sports, local football la even. Kepha ke kuyokuthi indaba lehlukahlukene lapho khona sikhulumisa nje khathe groundini sihambe sikhulumise nakhona eballroom kusabe kwendekani masingekho le khathe groundini phela emahhovisi uthi ke kuhambe kanjani. And this week, it's a huge week for football in the country. Njengaloku sathi ukuthi liviki lawo ema-elections. So maviki lema-elections kuye kube busy. The past few weeks it has been busy njalo ukuthi akhumbula ukuthi emavikini la ngabe kwaba nawo ema-campaign for bo-president labafuna kuba bo-president hopefuls. Bake ba-campaign embi kwawo ema-delegates la votako. It's been busy. It always busy around this time. My name is Patizom Siba. I'll be with you for the next hour. Lapho sibe sikhulumisana khona leto tindzaba ukuthi ngabe khamba njani kuma-election sitawubuka ukuthi kunema-drama, ama-court cases ikiswa nenkantolo, which is almost every time kuba nema-elections khona batawujika enkantolo, and it's the case again njalo lelo sikhona la bese bamixene enkantolo. Sikhulumisa tindzaba taso sihlangisemnika tutawat ukuthi sihlangisemnika Sunday siyahamba siya ecampini lapho khona silungiselela imidlalo yeKhosafa letawuqala mhla ka6. First game idlalwa ngeyo eSwatini ledlala nayo iLesotho. Sitakhuluma leto ndzaba leto sibuke negroup lekuyo iyona eSwatini kusho ukuthi mhlambe ama chances ingaphuma imvele kungendekani tindzaba sabe sikuphathele tona nawe sasesiyathinze ama-awards first round njalo ku bowat ukuthi kule viki lona lelisetulu iPremier League be-award labo licabanga ukuthi badlale bagcama kuyo i-first round yayo MTN Premier League. Tindzaba leto lesithatithinza ngibukele kepha-ke ngeke tithinthwe ngimi ngedvana. Mina I'm just gonna sit here and throw the questions lapha Linda Master Dlamini ngihleli naye la e-studio. Master, it's a busy everywhere. Slangu siyakhosafa ma-elections, but I think interest enkulu ma-elections. Let me give you the opportunity to greet the viewers and of course give the lowdown what's happening.
Ngiyabonga Phathizo lelithuba ngiyakuthola ukulungisela wona ama-loyal viewers ekhaya. Kubhizi njengoba usho ukuthi kubhizi kakhulu ema-elections sekune ma-developing issues lavela kungala kuma-elections kuyisona enkantolo. There are some clubs, some teams nangasho njalo amateur teams lale phasi etigodzini la hambe ayisa i-football association including executive ne-ethics committee yabahamba yamixe enkantolo ukuthi ngathi leli ndzaba elikhetho alikahambi ngendlela yemthethosisekelo we-football association. Bahambile ke namhlaba enkantolo yase siyachutshelwa kusasa kuthiwa batawuchuba kusasa. Sivile but ama-Mercedes ukuthi atika confirm ukuthi one official from FIFA uyeta to investigate tindzaba leto letinga confirm but tiyachubeka nekubobotsa. So ngicabanga ukuthi vele building up kuwona lama elections kunengi lokutawendeka, but at the end of the day ngiyakubuka kwami ama-elections atawuchubeka kodwa atawuchubeka abantu labanengi banama questions.
Master, just to give some lotanyana for umbukeli ukuthi to understand ukuthi sikhuluma ngani kahle. We cannot get into the merits of the case because the case ayikapheli senkantolo. So mase sitawuveta ukuthi i-opinion ukuthi khamba kanjani, but what we got from the papers because they appeared before the judge namuhla bawubeka ama-cases abo. I'm just going to give a brief of what's happening khona kule case. My team is in Yane United Club. I think Master, you remember we did a story. My kala break, my kala break, and but corruption. But now the corruption is the case of corruption. Abasai include good look. But now let's about calling recruits 10 more teams that forget the same papers. Akala nguti akulanzela imithetho my statutes are football association, more especially the quoting article number 10, 23 and 24. Laba mkhotha ukuthi uyabasupporta lokuthi bathibona kahle kahle the delegates laba wakhetha kumele ahambe ayele kubo bayobuta bona ukuthi singavotela singanominate abani sivotela abantu the teams before babuye bathi nominate bakhala ngosinyalo lama delegates laba ngikhetha la ngi6 akaho avela nominate abantu bawo master without ikuthathisa lekubo that's the case so bafuna inkantolo labangele ukuthi inkantolo imise lama elections la Sunday they have to bafuna inkantolo imise ama elections while basemele i-response from FIFA because babhalela FIFA with the complaints because i-Football Association apparently ayibaphendulanga base bamixa ku FIFA nyalo ke bafuna ukuthi inkantolo imise or longenani iphocelele i-Football Association ne-Ethical Committee kuthi balandzele lo mthetho lama statutes labathi bona allegedly abakawalandzele so that's the case lesenkantolo tomorrow we expecting ukuthi kungene on the merit of the case right kusho ukuthi kukanjani which we will not do thina because of what nalokuthi isaqhubeka
but ngi-worried ukuthi nawukhetha umuntu ukuthi akahamba ukumelela ukuma regions
bamba no ngiyakubamba lapho master because le worry yakho seyisongena ekhathi kuyo nyalo ukuthi
songena senkantolo songena inzabeni senkantolo
kodwa inkinga ngibukele ngamyekela achubeke but next time silahlole nisitahamba semvusela lapha sekaboshiwe for i-contempt because songena ekhathi kepha ke ndakubamba lapho master and kule ndzaba lena sitawudlula kuyo kwanyalo but next week mase kuphelele sibona ukuthi my elections achubekile yini and all that sitawubona ukuthi kwende kanjani
stabalethela this day
asinganzi kakhulu nayo ngoma
basikabe sekuna president lomusha
speaking of president lomusha if atogcina achubekile if because ngiyalo sesikhuluma with a big if because inkantolo it can go all either way mawutokushana ukuthi who argued better for i-case yakhe tawushana lokho but thina because we are ready for anything asasithinako seku ma elections sekachubeka Sunday kuna Samora kuna Dr. Shongwe kuna Mashom they are vying for that special seat lapha ka executive Premier League athina anticipation akho master close very close iwina ngoma I will not say the name
I won't say
but I won't say do you think it will be a tight affair or there's an overwhelming favorite
elections anema surprises phathizo ngeke bese sesikhuluma sesiba obvious yes ema reliable sources kukhona lamkhombako kuthi ngenteka kube vele already so lwinele likhetho kodwa njengoba ngisho ukuthi likhetho lema surprises alo amase ukuthi cishe bonke labathathu ngeke ngisho kanenge ukuthi labathathu bonke ba deserve kuba part of
judging from the campaign
background yasebholeni ne campaign ngicabanga ukuthi I was very happy ngabo bobathathu because bobathathu bayifaka indzaba ye national team lengicabanga ukuthi ngiyo le agent indzaba yesihlangu bobathathu bayifaka indzaba ye infrastructure bobathathu bayifaka indzaba ye development I'm very very happy ngaloko
so kuthi ngena abani you'll be happy when
no ngi happy ngemanifesto yabo siyamata umfuna ka campaign yes but njengoba ngisho ukuthi ngakwati ngebackground but
master kunembukelo loselayinini I'll just say these ones ukuthi mbukele sicelo siba catch up bazamele uk catch up because the stories maningi angubongele mbukele ehlelweni
hello
mbukele sikhuluma nabantu kuphi
ukhuluma namayithakamisa semanani
bonga ufuna kuthini ngosi
ufuna buta lokuthi ingabe ngifuna lokubuta mina lokuthi ingabe lapha bakhetha labathathu ingabe athi nje simbo labangatenda ukufundisa lebhola lemakhaya bese lekuthi nje ema-ground nalokuthi nje letiponsa letikhona ngibekise ukuthi njeka-premier nyalo kudlalwa ngibekise lo nyaka nje ngafikama nathuwe emakhaphi lakhona kanti bekahlala u-3 esikhathi lesebo kuhambaza abangu-5
no ncansi ngiyakuva
nendzaba ye-charity ukuthi indaba yekuvota iyaphelelaphi ngoba bekasitakala lama-team nalesizwe lemakhaya.
No sis.
Ngiyalo bokhanza ukuthi sekuyadlalwa nje kukhethe nalama-team lawo.
Siyabonga mbukeli. You have a mouthful, master. I'm happy ukuthi usimakhuluma ngakubona udota down. Oh, he's touching at Nkombe, and already you were on some of the things, infrastructure, development, and all that. First question, umbukela ibutela ukuthi yilaba sithembise kona bosokubalileke lokho. Development and regional. I think they all touched on that as well. Regions.
Yes, cishe bobathathu bakhuluma kakhulu nge-development lengakuthanda nje kakhulu. In fact Dr. Comfort kwelagcizelela kakhulu infrastructure ukuthi utawuhamba ayokhuluma kuleti inkampani like bobhunya leti inkampani leto like bomhlume ukuthi kuvuswe le infrastructure because lama grounds bekakhona but awabuye. Samora Peter Smelani wakhuluma kakhulu ngokuthi ku national team in fact wakhuluma ngathi wedding development wakhuluma ngokuthi le regions kudzinga ukuthi kube nalaba babe ne-transport yabo le transport kodwa itawuhlala la technical center bangapi le regions bastrugglishe mafuna kwenda ama-activities wakhuluma national team ukuthi ku-national team number of players labatsite labancane kutaba guaranteed ukuthi bakhona
20 laba ready to use 10 extra for the experience.
Exactly, yes, wakhuluma kanjalo. Mashumi wakhuluma kakhulu naye nge-development. Wakhuluma ngabo Rafael.
I think he mentioned Mashum ukuthi kube nema sponsors. Was it him?
Yes.
Sponsors for the regions. Yes. I think what the other thing like Butile Mbugel. Was it him who said that?
In fact yena Mashum wakhuluma wathi i-Premier League kumele kube ngiyo lekhicita imali.
For even the regions.
The regions na Football Association. Yes, wakhuluma lokho. Wase so touch nenzaba ema-forces. Ema-forces wakhuluma cishe isikhathi lesithe ngaleyo ndzaba leyo. But ngicabanga ukuthi njengoba sengishilo ukuthi bonke okay mhlambe asisho parties ukuthi lalaba votako lama affiliates a Football Association ang-8 i-Premier League then the 4 regions lokwenta 5 yes lokwenta 5 then kube ne coaches association kube ne referees association then kube ne women kwakhalo 8 labo so onke lama members alabo labang 8 labang 6 bayavota bavotela ngibo labantu abane say so inqumbi yaletini vo bakhala labanye bakhala ngokuthi ngeke 8 uma affiliates but asikho lapho sisho ukuthi laba labang 8 kwanyalo kuvuma lokho kuvote bona ngibo labantu avota because the 4 regions
6 per association, right?
Yes
6 wabo 6 from Hoho
from Shiselweni
Bombo
yes
Manzini 6 from Borafela, 6 from Bocoach, 6 from Libhola Bomage, 6 from
Premier League.
Ngibola bavota. We remember ukuthi ka
Premier League kunale executive le 6 le Faikati Rodriguez le Faikati Tsekla le Faikati Charles le Faikati
Shemen.
Unfortunately Shemen because executive
ngane ubese uthola title yokuba
executive chairman akavota
vice president.
Yes, so but labanye bayavota.
Funny enough utavota Mashum because we delegate phela ngani
yes ngalo co-opta ngeke angibona ukuthi angavota ngidawuchecka kahle lena kuza but angibona ukuthi utavota because yena uphithi
ungenile for vice president and president asengithathena ngombukele ekhaya sengimukele mbukele ehlelweni.
Hello,
besikhuluma nabantu kuphi?
kuma
lezamini la ebuka mina.
Nakuthini mntwana?
Ngoba lengifuna ukubuza mina ukuthi le bhola kahle kahle lokubambako lokumthola. Indaba ye-corruption sawudila nayo sithini? Because badlali besihlangu i-corruption. Labafana abancane besihlangu i-corruption. Ngicabanga ukuthi masingaqala sidile nale corruption kuqala. Lapho lezinga lebhola litawelini. Ngoba kunabantu abadlalako sterek love ngakangwane. But abakhona ukudlala ngenxa ye-corruption. Uyayizwa manje
Nkosi. No.
Ngiloko nje ngicabanga ukuthi sina
uthi umlangeni lapha. Corruption. I think they all touched on that as well. Because I must admit, before I even let you answer, on paper, all their presentation were brilliant.
Yeah.
You looked at them and said, this is what we need, this is what we need. But how practical it is. Because let's say lana spawning corruption ba nayo strong because as umbukele asho ukuthi corruption ba bathini.
Yeah, sithemba lokuthi le corruption batakulwa nayo because njoba ngishilo before ngathi kumele kungene umumvu webhola, umumvu lo tawufuna developer le bhola. Angathi nje bamvula batawungena kuma positions, lata bafaka ama positions athi bamvula batamvotela ku next term.
Yeah.
Or bamvula batabuhamba always babe ma head of delegations. Kube bamvula batawuvota. Asengibekise nje parties. Inqumbi yabo uthola ukuthi la votako ngibo la bathola ama positions no bo coach uthola ukuthi ngibo la bathatha ama positions la bo coach kanti baphinze babe khona association batawuvota.
Kunembukelela nini master ngane ngifuna expand on your point. Asengimukele mbukele hleleni.
Hello.
Sikhuluma nabantu kuphi? Okay, khona lokushiyile.
Ngifuna ukubuza indaba yesihlalo. Ngifuna ukubuza indaba yesihlalo mayelana nesikhali. Ukuthi njengoba akhethiwe manje ngibona la kule group ngibona emzansi yabo. Nawu bendeka sibashaye esibathi bese bayayibhetha le ndaba ukuthi ngeke bashaye ukuthi isikhali wabheli. Sibashaya nje. Ngeke bese bayaprotesta ukuthi isikhali wabheli.
Ngiyabonga mbukele nangmaster lana. Before you go back to the issue yesikali, we were saying indaba yalama positions.
Yes.
Kuthi if you look closely to all the executives, the opportunities to grow, the opportunities lapha nalapha are centered around the executives.
Yes.
As you say. If you look at the setup in national team right now, back executive Yabo Coaches Association.
Parties, I'm one person low. I'm not fighting anyone. Sikhuluma ngema positions asikhulumi ngebantu.
Yeah, no. There's
so kuba nale problem kubamva ukuthi umva eve ngathi sikhuluma naye addressa yena. So I'm sorry nangabe khona lo tawuva kanjalo, but parties head coach wesihlangu coaches association uyavota, assistant coach wesihlangu coaches association uyavota, head coach wesithebe association uyavota. So if mine ngaba ngipresident ngimnike ngithi wena utawuhola sihlangu ngithi Fabrice utaba assistant wakho nick executive nonke ku next time ngidafuna ukuvotela mina vele nine sen compromised because ngidangivotela ngalokuthi nginikile lama position. So ngicabanga ukuthi le tinvo lethu kudzinga ukuthi nyalo dishintshwe laba executive noma laba votako bangawathola ama position lawo. It's either ulubamba le position leyo uyaphuma ngala ku executive coaches association because vele bataba compromised.
Another thing, Master, because I'm still gonna hold on to the issue as Kali because we're going to Sihlangu next. We're gonna be talking about Kosafa, but bengfuna kubuta lakuthenini now bo vice president, my members. kahle mase ku that level baba ne influence lengakanani ku the decision makings ye football la even because last time around we had the former president Bomba.
Yes.
And everything looked bad basically director Goy as the leader of the ship. But what contribution lebanayo labo vice president boma members laba la ngephasi?
Kuyangalokuthi president ukanjani but labane ngicabanga sibe bamadina president umthetho a very good administrator but lo always ufuna ukuthi ama decisions akhe endiwe noma ema plans akhe endiwe and kube nedikhalo ku ebantwini bebhola kakhulu ukuthi ungathi bamvula le executive ayikhoni lokumconfronta iyamesaba nangisho kanjalo but having said that as a leader uyathinga ukuthi ubite executive yakho nhlalo nayo phasi iplane ubatshele futhi ukuthi ngiboniseni la ngihamba kabi khona ngiboniseni as a leader kucinga ukuthi wente kanjalo but ngengeva nje lomnye umhlangano ngathi ngithi ngibuta one of executive member wangitshela ukuthi bekangati so uthi ukutshela kona ukuthi bekunema groups kule executive khona abantu bebathatha ama decisions babodwa kona labanye bebangatshelwa so ngicabanga ukuthi nangabe uleader iorganization lenjenge football association lenkulu uyatsinga lokuthi wonke lo muntu abe kusame page yes vele bakhona bamvula baya ku executive bayele ukuthi bawuqinisekisa utabo bayele nje ukuthi abakuva wena nje vele abakuva but awufuna lokucitha so ngicabanga ukuthi as a leader unendlela yekubahlanganisa labamvula abonisebenze at the end of the day phume legal linye.
Yeah, true. Sunday it is going down, it's happening lapho kutabe kukhetha khona president Lomusha. If everything goes ngetifiso tayo i-football association because I'm going to say that because kuna na i-court case leselo lesekhona lomode iqhubeke kusasa but if everything goes according to i-plan ya football association we're going to have the elections on Sunday, right? So Monday morning staff wasna president Lomusha, staff wasna vice president Lomusha, staff wasna ma executive members Lamash, staff was it then the new structures ebola yakangwana and we do hope that will mean the change kuyo ebola yala ekhaya Eswatini. Now the change we want to see from everyone who's coming into the executive, we want to see our national team performing better, master. Sifuna kubona national team ukuthi siyayitinyela ukuthi iyakhosafa iyosimelela Stava proud Smaswati kutsi na national team yethu na badlali we're gonna at this moment take a look at the squad lekasibetile head coach Dominic Kunene kutsi okay bafana ngiyanthemba hambani niyosimelela because the one thing about the national team coach lekakwendile which I'm gonna fully appreciate at this point master consistency good team selection yakhe.
Yes.
You're gonna say umdlali bani beka on form uphi there's those changes long our phone but this squad the same squad you first called Magodlane was it Guinea-Bissau was it Senegal
yes.
was it Lesotho was it Mozambique 4 games now because very my friend beka bayidlala so but he has kept the same team. What do you make of that decision first of all?
Ngicabanga ukuthi yena coach wesihlangu Dominic Kunene a very consistent man
even at Young Buffaloes nangabe nje belivela ku line up noma ku first 11 noma ku top 18 uyabelivela kuyo akashintshi so ngicabanga nala ku national team ukwentile lo uyakwenda lokho ubita one and the same players bo goalkeeper nje nawungathi uyabuka ukuthi Sandanezwe Mbabane Swallows kunambonyo then Bafana. Happy for him.
Yes.
He's been doing well for Sipets. At the time where we said Sipets was undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, inaqala lama games Sipets beyidlala kahle kakhulu. He was doing very well. We are deserve kuba khona ku national team. So those are the 3 goalkeepers labakhona. Labanye bayabuta ukuthi Sandanezwe kadlala teamini yakhe idlala nkomisho why? But njengoba sisho ukuthi coach wesihlangu if abelievela kubadlali bakhe uyabelievela kubo and akashintshi kalula and uyadina ukuthi labadlali laba so train so ba train ini nabo sikhathi lesingala.
Okay master, even we're going to continue look at the defenders because I have a question. I hope I will not forget the question because I really want to ask that question. Kuma defenders we have Lindo, we have Lamuli, we have Sponiso, Sanele, Skhumbuzo, Sihlangu, Thabo Mngomedulu.
Yes.
from if you've seen them play in the Premier League, you'll say fair enough. What do you make of the defenders?
Defenders Young Buffaloes bang 3 laba khona ngilindo ngisiboniso ngisihlangu and vele nawubuka Young Buffaloes defensive record yabo iyavuma be Royal Leopard ina munye ina 2 sorry ngumlamuli nasikhumbuzo to central and left back iyavuma nakhona because ama defenders akhona acishe
they've only considered 13 goals
uyabona so
only 10.
So ngicabanga ukuthi kuyabavuma mhlambe lo mnyaka bo usi number 3 kuloku nguyimbabala Swallows centrally most of the time basebenzisa ema foreign international players so vele ngicabanga ukuthi ucoach kule squad kulama defenders ukhetha kubamvu labuke ukuthi I record defensive kanjani.
Today's show unofficially we dedicated it to the supporters. So every time there is a caller, we're going to take. Do we have a caller online? Hello? Second. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, mbukele ngabe bandothi lokuphi bekangafuna kuthini?
Ngifuna ukuvala ndaba lesikhala ukuthi ngiya seva lo master.
Indaba yesikhali sitayiphendula nyalo ngoma we are getting into the squad. Ngila start sesi address akhona indaba yesikhathi. So uyasikhali. So we're going to answer your question ungasabi khululeka. Indaba yesikhali siyakuyo. Asitathele ngamastanga ama defenders before mbukela sishaya ukuthi kathi umphendulo yakhe.
Yes, ema midfielder besakhuluma ngama defenders but ngalo sesiya kuma midfielders.
Asitathele ama defenders.
Yes, ama defenders bese ngwabalile ukuthi 3 from Young Buffaloes, 2 from Royal Leopard, 2 from Green Mamba. Sanele Chauke Ntabo Mngomezulu.
Okay, manje kuseselapho salista uhamba kanye ne pace. Kulabo goalkeeper. First game against Lesotho, who are you giving the starting berth?
For me, kulama games eKhosafa Ncamiso Dlamini from Royal Leopard.
You're giving him that spot.
Yes.
Defenders. We know for sure Lindo
is a right back, is a captain, the most performing player.
Makakula
is a left back Skumbuzo Makakula from Royal Leopard. Uyadlala.
Center back Langtu.
Mine bengidawuthi Mlamuli Msibi from Royal Leopard.
But he's been largely used as a full back.
Yes, but mine kulesikhathi lengambukela ngaso adlala as a center back ngambona ngathi is very very promising. In fact kuma 1v1 Jewels is doing very well. Partnerisha nabani partnerisha nasiboniso siboniso Mamba yes from Young Buffaloes but ngiyathi coach utawusebenzisa sihlangu nasiboniso because badlala Young Buffaloes and ba consistent le combination you understand.
And then midfielders, it's funny you said Mlamuli, you can use him in the midfield because the number of games
defense.
Yes, central defense.
Yes.
The number of games I've watched Royal Part Master. Mzondile Mabelesa. So Msebenzisa as a number 4 Royal Leopard.
Yes.
He's a midfielder here and he's been working well for Dominican Mbonile Mozambique. The last games. Now here's our midfielders.
Yes, my midfielders list now 2 from Royal Leopard, 2 from Young Buffaloes, 2 from Green Mamba, then 1 from Highlanders Kusawa. Ngicabanga ukuthi kula ma midfielders parties for me Mzwandile Mabelesa ungamdlalisa uyadlala Royal Leopard as a number 4 lokunga benefita I national team ukuthi umdlalise as a number 6 as a destroyer because we used to interceptor yona iplay then isifiso mathe siyathi ukuthi ucoach uyabelievela kuye kakhulu iwe great isetulu kakhulu yakhe so uyamdlalisa the 2 midfielders central midfielders for me ngiwo lawo then bese uba na order ufaka order on Nasawa kuma wingers uyabadlalisa labo then
but Felix Sawa is going back to defense Highlanders.
Sawa is a versatile player. Noma ngadlala 3, noma ngadlala bani every position lo mfaka kuyo utokunika lo lokufuna kuyena. Yes nangabe umthole off form ungafika umkhokhe within 10 minutes but inangabe on form ngicabanga ukuthi akakunika even il goal because nema goal uyamathi ukuthi ungumdlali lo foster lofuna ukuvela phambili.
One other player I want to ask you about, Master, Fanelo Mamba. His work rate, because I'm going to consider him as a midfielder, not as a striker, and take Felix as a striker. But Fanelo Mamba, his work rate, it doesn't match the end result in most cases. He works very hard. He can run from that other end to that other end. But his final decision making, wow, what's missing from there? Because if you watch Order every time, he takes on everyone now. But assist, he's not quite up there. Not unless he used his long throws, Master.
Yes. Ngicabanga ukuthi lo kumele ukuthi coach akusebenze kakhulu, kumele coach kube nguyena osebenza kakhulu kulo because the player unaso le skill sekuthatha abadlali bona.
And he's beautiful in that.
Even nalama crosses lengwathanza komine lalangena abe hard hard and low ekhatha boxing mahle. So ngicabanga ukuthi le final pass yakhe nangabe sacedzile ebitha lama players kudinga ukuthi coach akusebenze kakhulu lokho ukuthi wenda njani, but for me ngamqalisa not unless I want to dominate the midfield. Udlalise ukuthi udlalisa yena Mzwandile Mabele, so udlalise Sifiso, udlalise Felix, then ufaka one, then ufake na Gametse Saviola ufake yena because emagoli ubuyile uyawathola for his back, uyawathola for Young Buffaloes. Then kuma strikers ema strikers la khona but is unfortunately ukuthi bafake Njabulo Thwala we Green Mamba as a striker than a midfielder. Yes,
but
it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Now looking at the way we've been playing, Master, if you remember a game against Lesotho, lapho khona I think we had Manyof, we had Order. Lele besishanga ma transition khona, the pace going forward, and you'll expect crosses. Unapiwa,
unaskali,
une height, une body, unaskali, une body, une ma jumps, amahle ma headers akemahle. You have Felix with his late runs who can actually take the shot outside the box. It's a complete team. Nasaviola, take on players, shoot outside the box, tap in, position yourself. You get everything from him.
Good tough because Piwa top scorer go Premier League with 15 goals,
16 now. He scored yesterday.
He's Tolokoril. Skali, we are 12 goal for Mbabana Islanders, 15 goals.
He scored yesterday.
So ngicabanga ukuthi headache for yena coach Dominic. Ngicabanga ukuthi kodwa kungaba inhlanhla lenhle ukuthi uhambe nama strikers la seformini kanje because uyathi sina uqalise munye nangabe munye angakusebenzeli lo mnye utawungena exactly utawungena ayishintshe game. Ngicabanga ukuthi for me Skali uyi face choice, uhlala I face choice. Iphiwa njengoba ngisho ukuthi take nothing away from Phiwo, very very good striker. Elangeni lakhe nangaba phawile kude langeta kunika kona yena Phiwo, but ngicabanga ukuthi for me Sabelo Nzinisa from Mbabana Islanders angayiqala le game.
So with a squad like this, how do you set up? Even before we get into setting up anything, Skali, talking about him, go to God. The controversy around him is going back to South Africa, where it all started.
Yeah.
Does it say anything? Looks at football, M70 a football association now. And we've seen them protest in the country, of course, because they couldn't provide evidence, because the football association couldn't help them get those evidence. Does it say anything to you? Looks here by M70s.
Yeah, I want to believe ukuthi football association with administrators la seasoned administrators bebangeke bamsebenzise bangaka consult because isafa eSouth Africa balingani babo. So angiboni nalokunye ukuthi isikalo wawinile ama protest labekende lona la ekhaya Highlanders wawinile ama protest. So ngicabanga ukuthi ifootball association ikwendile lokuya consult konke but aside because tinvo tiyashintsha uyathi ulala kwendeke kanje tinvo tigucuke but nje njoba ngisho ukuthi naye Skali I'm happy kodwa Phathiswa must say I'm happy ngendlela sikhali la khona overcome tonke le controversy elendekile kulo suspension before register kumba bana Highlanders wabuya wa register abantu labanengi babute imbuto number 3 kwaba nema protest laba khona but uyakora banging the goals every week 15 goals already lamtholile ku season so I'm happy ngendlela la khona ukuthi respond ngayo I'm hoping ukuthi le form la ikhombisako umbabana Highlanders ayithatha I mix I remember the last COSAFA Cup that goal against Comoros that one it got
typical Scalicon.
Oh man I'm praying ukuthi sithole the same Scali lokumbabana Highlanders.
But we have our COSAFA special player
Felix.
Yeah. This could be well he can still play next season but this is one of the season another tournament like Mele Pinsa rise up to the occasion.
He will want to surpass Peter Ndlovu because at the moment Batai bailingana na Peter Ndlovu was Zimbabwe with 8 goals namkhumbula kahle 8 goals yes my all-time leading scorer eCOSAFA Cup so ngicabanga ukuthi Felix angeke uzumkhohlile yes naye at the moment with the team involve futhi lengambusa lengamenda kusadlale kahle so sorry unayi team register
but he can't play
yes so bengisho ukuthi akasiko active yes
that's what you wanted to say
akasiko active at the moment but because batazi bangiva kabe mafenze
Mbabane
Solos he's a Mbabane Solos player but akakhona ukudlala ku current season
anywhere
because akaregister
ngicabanga lo unattached from the list babe confused
ngicabanga ukuthi is one player lotawufuna ukuthi iphinze ama teams ase South Africa ambone ukuthi unglo Felix nangu laba methembili lo wakhe ma headlines so ngicabanga ukuthi siya kule COSAFA le ema players ethu ngikubuka kwami are motivated ase formini some of them awadlali yes but coach uyabelievela kubo
and lokho kutabaniketa le confidence ukuthi bafune kumbhadala back in good things yena coach now ke master now that we are here the question I wanted to ask you and I hope I will not forget we've seen the squad I want to make a uninformed guess ukuthi the average age at most it's around 29
yes
because if you're looking at the players very few players bomlamuli lo ngathi bange pass 25 nabo mabeleza but the squad they are bangale wa 28 just I will say 28 29 on average but I didn't do the maths now the question is master how many years does Dominic have Kuslang not a year
umnyaka yes umnyaka
we've been calling for Dominic ukuthi bita bafana bita in develop but does the contract say he should be developing in Vele if you have umnyaka as a agreement yakho na football association wouldn't you want to get players who are going to go there give you the results extend your contract does it make sense getting a year and then expected to build
kulukhuni ukuthi bangakunika isikhathi lesincane ngilesihlala esikhala ngayo ukuthi if a coach a national team coach umnika umnyaka kusho ukuthi vele uthi akadlale ngalala nako at the moment but noma ngabe sengikushido lokuphathizwe ngiyaye ngithi mina now ungicoach share le mark yakho kushiyo ukuthi yini ngathi coach khona le plan letanayo ungase uyafuna leli goli ungase uyafuna lokudevelop labadlali abancane
but unecontract somnyaka
sengisho ukuthi kulo mnyaka loyo lo suke unike yena abathi nabahleli phansi baphathi bakho babuka bathi hayi man uyathi singamgetela 3 because labadlali abancane labafakile enyalo angakhona ukuthi in 2 years time in 3 years time achubeke adlale ngabo but with these kind of players labakhona bangasho bathi uyathi coach nawumbuka vele ligoli lakhe bekuya COSAFA azame ukuqualify le machani wehlulekile asimiyekele silanze lo munye but ngicabanga ukuthi again ngiyaye ngithanda ukubekisa coach wase England
Southgate
Southgate, yes. Nawubuka cishe le team lanayo angubekisela ngabo Saka, ngubekisela ngabo Foden, ngubekisela Sterling still. Bonke labadlali bo Rice, bo Phillips. Bonke labadlali labo nawubabuka uyambona lo silo coach utshela ukuthi after 3 years khona la ngidawu compete khona. So noma ngabe bamnika umnyaka mina nje noma ngabe banganginika lo mnyaka ngasi no labadlali abancane at least 8 wabo ngabafaka kule squad. But awubona abaphasi bami ukuthi akanikwe the 3 years lo move atokhona kubuild.
So you're saying it's no reason.
No, asikho sizathu sokuthi ukhala ukuthi unika umnyaka munye.
I personally
but ke phathizwe ngicela kusho nakho. Lokunye lesendeleka phasi lokuthi nakubitwa lesikole national team ingabitwa imedia. Itobuta lama questions.
It's only here.
Yeah, it's only Eswatini.
The other day, I think in South Africa for the same COSAFA squad, they called the media.
Yes.
Labang kon baba addressing ngazum.
Yes.
Kuti nankocho announcer squad where the members of the media actually get to understand.
Babute nalokuthi why lo aphendule coach. But lakithi akwendeki lokho siva
funny enough this time around ngibone on their Facebook page first even before we got the list as the members of the media.
Uyabona then bata ukhala ke bo coach labanye bakhale ukuthi sibakhulumele.
Yeah, but
kanzi baqashi babo.
Doesn't that, as an analyst, isn't it supposed to be a job to be doing that?
It's my job. Njoba ngishile ekuqaleni ngathi kodwa umuntu leseyasilwe naye. In fact
we actually criticizing the position more than the person.
Ngifuna kusho ukuthi once waba ku national team usuke so sebenzela abantu.
Yeah.
Lo vele criticism
in fair corn.
Uyigatse.
You're doing good without criticizing. You're doing bad. Well, criticize.
And ngethini because we are patriotic.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism. Lele yakho lefuna kwakho.
Other than ukuthi bathi sikhuluma singadilutho.
No.
Abasinform phela.
Inform us. Usitshela ukuthi
lo ngakhona ukusitshela.
Exactly, utshela ukuthi izibani umbiteleni.
Because mina I had a very eye-opening conversation with a friend of mine who's actually involved in football very much. He did mention ukuthi there are players even before this current coach le bangakabitela for behavior yabo. For behavior, not just behavior personally ukuthi wena nje uhlonga ndlela, but the way you're treating your next teammate. Thina asquad lokho sitawubuka la emakhaya sithi thina hayi nani coach bani akamfuni bani.
There was a time.
Remember De Jong and Musa.
Yes.
I'm not saying Musa had anything to do with the bad behavior. I'm just saying we didn't understand some of the things lekwendeka it can be because we're not involved in anyhow. Let me think for gcina kuba ngumthelelo ukuthi thina sitawufika sihlale la.
Phathizwe ngicela kusho nawo during umhlonisho ma sports minister ma sports aseng head coach national team there was one goalkeeper labeka ngabidwa because bekuvakele ukuthi ngathi kunetinkinga leti khona wangabidwa but ngeke-understand coach ukuthi no as a coach because ikhona nakule module yabo coach as a coach uya a father motivator a teacher tonke letinvo leto as a coach kudzinga ukuthi understand labadlali as a coach kudzinga ukuthi wena ube ngibabe wabo so lo mdlali if umbona wena ukuthi khona lalekisha khona ku discipline yini ungambiti lo mdlali uhlale naye pass uthi uyathi yezibani Phathizwe yathi ngiyafuna ukukusebenzisa mina but nginenkinga nanako ngicela ungilungisele kona aqhubeke ke lo mdlali akwende bese sogeza tanda but ungakwenda ona lokho sitawuvanga thina ngathi vele wena unebadlali bakho uyabona lo bakhethayo I was very happy njengaye yena Matse because lo mdlali lo babuya bahlala naye phasi bakusosha leti look at France ku Benzema for over 6 years angekho ku national team because tindzaba bacabana nabo Velbena coach wa decide ukuthi vele angimbiti bambenisha nje vele ku national team umbitile yena Deschamps wambita wahlala naye pass bahlala bobabili wasisobita nalabanye abadlali wasi Benzema ngiyambuyisa sesikhulumile naye sikusothile tindzaba tethu is getting the cause for France.
COSAFA, first game, Lesotho versus Eswatini. Next game, South Africa versus Eswatini. And then the last game, it's Botswana versus Eswatini. First game, we played the first game, Master. A very, very, very crucial game in a three-group teams.
Yeah.
How key will it be for Eswatini to beat Lesotho again? Because the last friendly game we played, not the last anyways, but the most recent one, they win against them. Taba info lenkulu kangakanani if we beat them again in the opening round.
Ungathi besathi lo sister out sayona iLesotho sahamba sawudlala nabo eMozambique game neqala iyadlalwa Friday sase Monday kugcina ngayo Tuesday kwagcina ngayo eMozambique ungathi besathi but ngiya wina against yona iLesotho lengicabanga ukuthi akukameli kube inkinga lenkulu nyalo kuwina against bona kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi i-friendly game ne-tournament kuhlukile.
Yeah.
Kumele sibe prepared ukuthi iLesotho itawuta i-motivated, itawuta ilungisile because ikuqala basengase sishow ngathi ingala badlali abakhona nangacoach lokhona but inyalo sebasati nathi sesiyabati so ngicabanga ukuthi kutasibooster kakhulu ukuwina against Lesotho. If uthola 3 points kule group le ngicabanga ukuthi kubeka chancing because ku next game against Bafana now idrawisa ifika iBotswana ishaya Bafana so ngicabanga ukuthi itabe yazivuma le group itabe simele kahle but nje ngicabanga ukuthi at least nasithola 3 points against yona iLesotho maybe
go for a draw against South
Africa then we win against Botswana then Star is safe.
Is it something less that we are capable of doing though? You've watched us playing one of our best game against Senegal in terms of defense.
Yeah.
Can we pull the same performance, same spirited performance again in this tournament? Because, Master, truth is, we can sit here and Mbugela ngahlala lapha ekhaya in front of his TV, in front of his phone, talking about COSAFA being a small cup, but that's our realistic chance.
And it's a sehlula.
Yeah, that's our reality.
In fact, it's in a pressure kakhulu COSAFA because invo lesibukile.
We can actually win it.
Exactly. Ganzi nalala mayimava ayithatha serious ukhuluma abo Zimbabwe bayithatha serious kakhulu. Fortunately enough asikho egroupini yabo but Botswana
Senegal this time around.
Yes,
but they're going to bring their BC team but
still Senegal. But for me game later tough because mentality is South Africa. Ngalothi badlali bethu bayasiyabathi ukuthi
kind of like worship
exactly South Africa
wanna go there
bama role models kodwa kudinga ukuthi coach technical bench ikusebende kakhulu lenvo leyo ukuthi guys nodlala lapha 11v11 and hambeni these are under 23 players because yes bakhona
more like fringe players for the national team. Yes, they are playing in their teams but for the national team
babite squad nabo cishe lesikahle bobavuma cishe babitile but ngicabanga ukuthi njengoba ngisho ukuthi coach kudinga ukuthi asebenze kakhulu Latin government badlali ukuthi South Africa nangabe sihlulekile asiyitholele draw.
Now we've seen the players, we've seen the dates of the games, and we're now looking forward to the games actually. And the national team will be going into camp next week, Sunday, this weekend. After my games on Saturday, the players will report for duty on Sunday. Bahambe by campaign, and among those players, kuna Piwa Dlamini Master, new first round player of the first round.
Yes.
He went home with what, close to 20,000.
Yeah.
After getting also the top goal scorer award,
and also first round player
and was winner by player of the month.
Yes.
Big award for him. He had a very good performance. How key has he been for young Buffaloes?
It's been one of those players laba very very key for young Buffaloes. Ngicabanga ukuthi kuthola emagoli lang 16 kusasele ama games lang 8 That's massive. Ngeke uzubalekele lokho. And last season bebarileka kakhulu ku Saviola kuleya league lengaphelanga. This season ubuyile Phiwo. And naye Saviola uyawathola lamakhosi. So ngicabanga ukuthi bekayideserve yena Phiwo. We top scorer, player of the tournament. One game washaya khona 4 goals. So ngicabanga ukuthi bekayideserve angasaqali because khona na kule season didn't vote khona le season like introduce khona kuthi na ushaya i-hat-trick on a Sunday uthola imali yes wayithola bana molopo weMalandi Chiefs. So ngicabanga ukuthi it's been consistent for young Buffaloes and I always say this ukuthi labadlali abadlala kahle emathimini abo asebathathe le perform itengala ku national team because yena ku national team akabe ngilomdlali lothi always nangabe utawufika adlalele national team abonakala washala ama goal but yena ngiyayithanda le attitude yakhe nyalo ke lokukahle ukuthi ucoachwa ngumvulo kwamcoacha ku Young Buffaloes yena Dominic
Onyango first division player of the first round.
Yes.
Goalkeeper. He has kept more than 7 clean sheet. I think he's been brilliant for because his experience though.
Yeah. Yena Onyango Dlamini goalkeeper we Citizens Isandile Dlamini yes former Mbabane Highlanders goalkeeper former Manzini Wanderers goalkeeper une experience a very good goalkeeper but lo ngicabanga ngiyajabula nje ukuthi le consistency ikhombisile ka first division le ngicabanga ukuthi less pressure because yena ubese soshaya nglothi kuma pressure games nakunala ama fans bese sofuna soba excited but la ka first division ngicabanga ukuthi ukhombisile ukuthi unayo experience over 7 clean sheets la watholile for Citizens. A very good goalkeeper lengicabanga ukuthi nangabata uqhubeka nale formula kuyo utaphinza abuye ka Premier League athole even a better team.
We are about to go master Mbabane Highlanders they bahlukene na ba release a coach wabo.
Yes, do you
at least he will now have more time with the ladies today. Close sources are revealing ukuthi he was unveiled as Mbabane Highlanders coach Ernest Mafuso, who was recently released by Imonini Pirates.
Yes.
Now he's been unveiled for Mbabane Highlanders, not to the members of the media. We got the news because we got the news.
Yeah, because we have our reliable sources.
Yeah. Big acquisition, good acquisition from Mbabane Highlanders. You think he can tick that box that's been mixing? They played very well against Manzini Wanderers, and they won. Can he tick that box? Usulabakhala ngayo balandzeli beMbabane Highlanders.
Akaqala ukufika kuMbabane Highlanders ina Ernest Mafuso. Naika first division beyicoachwa nguye iMbabane Highlanders wayenyusa. Le ngicabanga ukuthi ufamiliar ngale environment, ufamiliar ngale culture, tradition yakhona kuMbabane Highlanders. But Highlanders at the moment ngiva ngathi yes is that coach lotayidlala lothanza ukuthi i-team yakhe idlale le ball and nawubuka nalabadlali abakhona kuMbabane Highlanders badlala le ball. I hope ukuthi ngeke ize imbangele i-pressure because i-team lenkulu njengeMbabane Highlanders expected ukuthi week in week out udeliver uyabona. So labanye bocoach uyathola ukuthi sekuba ufaka under pressure lo abasakhona ukusebenza kahle but ngicabanga ukuthi yena one game at a time but kenyalo ufike esikhatsini lesikabi lenangasho njalo because udlalwa ema games njalo but utawusitwa na break. Yes, utawusitwa na utawusitwa na break yeKhosafa ukuthi incumbi yema players in fact ma teams awadlali ma players lamaningi aya kuKhosafa yena kuhamba only 2 players laba yaKhosafa. So utawukhona lothi a train abadlali ahambe awende nalama friendly games. Yes, awadlali because nalamanye ma teams akhona asethembe ukuthi iHighlanders inayimletha ayimlethela ukuthi abe ku top 2 kule season le awine ileague. Ngicabanga ukuthi bamlethela ukuthi next season akhona ukuthi angene ku top 2 awine noma ngawina ileague.
Last one master. Recap nje kokugcina. big weekend for Eswatini football.
Yeah.
Excitement over the elections. We do hope you're gonna be around to see my elections, and you'll give us a more detail on Monday.
Yes, ngelisonto i-Football Association yakhetha I hope ukuthi lo kutawufika nyalo ngeke kwendeke nako lesikubonile kunaliviki nalo kwendeka ukuthi i-Premier League ijake kukhetha ama-teams la ku CAF la udlala ku CAF
so baphinze nyalo babakhutile
nyalo sebabakhutile sekutaphinze kuthiwe
busane
asengenime Royal Leopard Young Buffaloes no siyaxolisa akusinile nihamba.
But that's kind of embarrassing, Master.
Our football is embarrassing. It's embarrassing because every day ubona tinvele embarrassing. Utibute ukuthi why bantu ba invest so much.
Why didn't Premier League go to FA, Master Shaskat? Why didn't Premier League go to FA and say we want to announce this? Is it appropriate? Because we all know what EFA is responsible for my entire club competition.
In fact, bekumele ukuthi na bakhulume na FA then babese bacela FA yabhala CAF ukuthi asicela singenime
just like FA has already done.
Exactly. Esicela ukuthi singenime kukhokha la mali kufuna ema teams because ileague yethu isakhona isanza kuqala sicela kucetha lama games kwendekile ke lokho emisiwe kude nje ama teams at the moment lapho umile la yomelela Eswatini ku CAF Champions League na CAF Confederation Cup i-deadline imhla ka-30 June but nakhona
sebhaliwe simele reply
ukuthi thini exactly sitavanga CAF ukuthi CAF no cedzani ileague yenu then bese niyasipha amagama.
Master, thank you so much. We do hope by the next time we are here sizabe sesathi utheni CAF ithini footballer FA yalakhaya
ngenteka sihlangu sisihanjiswe usivaleliswa ngupresident lomusha.
Oh yeah, and not Sendeke. Because well, in a way, if the elections will go ahead. But thank you so much, Mbugeli, for staying with us for this long hour. We had very, very interesting topics today. Because it's election weekend. Election. The excitement, the suspense, and everything. And we have Sihlangu going to camp. We really do have big hopes for the national team, and we do hope you'll continue supporting the national team, continue behind the boys because they are representing the country. We really had a good stay with you, so do enjoy the rest of the shows we bring you as Eswatini TV. My name is Patizo Msevi. Till we meet next week, good night.